Right, okay. My connection is weak. So hope this picks up. Awesome. Right. Thank you if you're watching this replay. This is day number 4, I have to say. I wait for Facebook to build my audience. While I'm waiting, I'm still going to be carrying on. I have to say that doing Facebook Live, hey, Shy, my man, how are you doing? Now, if you're watching, please give me a hi or a thumbs up. And let me know where you're coming from or watching from. If you want me to give you a shout out, tell me your name, where you're coming from, and then I'll check you out. Hello, my bro. How you doing? How are you doing, Mo? I'm doing great. I'm doing great. So, hey, I'm going to make this quick, right? So it's kind of like day number 4 and with my partner, Kathy. And I have to say, like, doing a Facebook Live is not the easiest of things, right? It's one of the hardest things, you know, mentally to go through. So for anyone that shows up and watches this, I deeply appreciate you. I have to say thank you so much for watching. And I promise, as usual, I will deliver, you know, quality content to you every single time you watch this. And I'm going for 30 days with my partner, Kathy. And anyone who wants to join our Facebook Live challenge should feel free to inbox me, and then we'll get you started. Just get started and put hashtag fblive challenge. It will be awesome. So day number 4, I want to talk about something that became like a discussion or a debate between me and a few people who are obviously in the same industry, obviously in network marketing and MLM. And there was a discussion between us and some network marketers as well, and online marketers, people that are building online and people that are building offline. And there was this issue about, hey, you know, if you're building online, it's a waste of time. It's going to take you forever. And online guys are saying, no, if you're building offline, it's great, but you can't continue doing that for a long time. Hey, and the thing goes back and forth like a tennis match, right? So I kind of like believe that there is no right or wrong way, right? So every way is right, right? So the fact that I'm building my network marketing on the internet doesn't mean I'm wrong for doing that. The fact that you're doing it offline doesn't mean you're wrong for doing that. In fact, both strategies work. The only thing that don't work is people. So, and the numbers still are the same. Statistics still are the same. It's still the same thing, right? So, yes, I'm doing well, my friend. Sorry, I've got some pings coming from the other side. I'm doing awesome. So, it depends on where you're coming from. It's just really everything works. Some things may work as some things, and some things may not work as something. So it pretty much depends on you what works best for you, right? Now, the numbers are the same. Like I said, the numbers don't lie, the numbers don't change. Everything remains the same. It's just the process that we use to prospect, and the process, the closing is almost the same. And this is what I came up with. And I said to someone, and I said, listen, it looks as though I've been in sales for a while, right? And if you're going to sell to someone, there is a process that you might want to follow. It's not just a conversation. You might want to follow and do certain things to make sure you get the response that you're looking for from somebody, and to be able to help them to make the right decision, right? That when you bring online is still the same process. It doesn't change. The process remains the same, right? The only thing that changes is the way we're getting that process through, right? The way we're getting that process through. I need a gold to the next year, and I will get all my gold. How do I do it? I hope you understand me. Oh yes, I do understand, right? So you're in your business, there's, I know we're in similar business, and you need to get all your gold members, like you need to get your 4 members, and then you have your membership free, and you're thinking of doing that next year, 2017, and you want to know how you can do that. Is that the question? I think that's the question. So if you're not in our business, it's simply he's simply asking that I want to get more members for my group by a certain number of members in a certain number of time space for 2017. How do I do that on the internet? Awesome. Yes, that's the question. So for me, I'll tell you what has worked for me, right? For me, I shot a video, and you can go check that out. I shot a review video, and it's a good idea. You can do that. I shot a video and I hosted it on my YouTube channel, and people started searching for that video, and I've had a lot of people who've contacted me about the video I shot and asked me a few questions about the video. I got the privilege of getting some numbers, and I've had some conversations in Asia, wherever it is, and I have actually managed to sign some of them up into, you know, my business. So for me, YouTube worked for me a lot, and Facebook is a bit of a steep climb for me. I won't say, I won't lie to you and say Facebook has been awesome. Facebook, I've been able to do some presentations on Facebook. However, I've not been able to sign up. I've only signed up just about 1 person from Facebook, to be very honest. But everybody else that I signed up was from my YouTube channel, my blog, and also from a system that I use for my business. So if you want to know more about that, you can check it out. Kofi says, it is wise to do this. Is it wise to do this full time? I have to say that doing this full time can be a little bit demanding, especially if you don't have income coming in, right? The whole idea is that most people forget that when we start network marketing, we have sort of like running a solid business. It's a business that we have to do transactions. We got to buy and we have to sell. So the element of buying and selling hasn't changed. It's still the same. It's only the medium through which we do it, right? So if you're going to start a business, I cannot tell you, is it wise to do this full time? I've got people that do it full time. I've got people that do it part time. And both people that do it full time are successful. Some people doing it part time are not successful. But what I can say to you is that, in my opinion, to building full-time and then part-time. Now, when you're building full-time, you've got to have income. Like I said, you've got to be able to buy your product. You've got to be able to keep your authorship. You've got to be able to advertise. You've got to be able to have money to do the things that you need to do when it comes to your business. And that doesn't come cheap, right? You need to invest money into the business to make money back. And that is what it's about. People think because it's network marketing, we don't have to invest any money. No, you still have to invest money. You have to pay money every month to run that business. And so long as you have enough money in the bank or enough money in the pocket to keep doing that and maintain your business as you build, you're fine. I mean, personally, when I started, I was working part-time and I was working full-time in my job, and I was building my business part-time, right? Then issues happened. Then I started building my business full-time. Now I ran out of funds, and I had to start thinking fast and figuring out where else can I get funds or money to fund my business, because you need to fund it. If you don't have money to fund it, you would quit. You need to fund that business, and you need to find a very smart way of doing it fast. Now, in our business that we have a scheme where you can get a certain number of people and your authorship is free, right? So if you got something like that, then you can start working very fast and very quick to get that done, right? So I would say if you want to go full-time in the business, make sure that you have a residual, or you have some money that comes from somewhere else, right? You need to have some money coming from somewhere else. Otherwise, what you're doing, you will quit. You will not be able to continue with it. Hi, B. Awesome. My car lights just went off. Well, I've not seen you in a while. Crystal is watching. Hi, Crystal. How are you doing? Welcome, guys. I do appreciate that. So I'm gonna show you, I'm just sharing with you. So you got to have some funds. If you don't have funds coming in, there's no point going in full time. That's my opinion, right? For me, I have something else that generates income for me. So it supports my actual network marketing that I do, so I can keep that going. And as time goes on, hey, you know, if you're in a system that allows you not to pay anything at some point, which is what we have, is great. It's one of the best things to have. You want to have your auto ship paid for. That's the first thing. You want to have it paid for, so your auto ship, you're not paying for it, right? The business is paying for itself. You're in business, so the business has to start paying for itself. Hi B, how are you doing? I've not seen you in a while. Crystal, how are you doing, my friend? I've not seen you in a long time. So you want to make sure that you can get something. A lot of people come and they quit because money is not coming into the business. And if you're a business person and you're running a business, say you've got 10 products in your shop, and out of your 10 products, you don't maybe 4 of them are not selling properly. People don't buy it, or it sells slow. It's only in your best business interest to take those products off the shelf and put new ones in. There's nothing wrong with doing that, but you got to make sure that your business is paid for and is running, not coming from your pocket. Sometimes it takes a long time to do that. Sometimes it takes a short time to do that, but you've got to work fast enough and quick enough to get to that point where you know it's not going to affect you too much. Now, if you're running a business, a network marketing business, and you keep paying, it's good to pay, but you're in business. Don't forget that. And businesses make profit. If you're not making profit, you will quit. So you got to find a way of making profit. So if it's not profitable, why do it? That's the way I look at it. Right? Now, if you want to do it part-time is beneficial. Most people start part-time because with part-time, you can do something on the side while you get enough money to build this one on the side. That's what most people do when it's part-time. However, the downside to that is you may not have a lot of time to build it, and you will need you need some time, but you have to sacrifice if you're doing it part-time and you're working part-time or full-time. Just sacrifice and keep going until it picks up. And you got to have good systems to do it. So today, I hope I answered your question. Is on YouTube our business? Okay. I think Shai is asking me a question about is there YouTube business? Well, if I get your question correct, you're asking me if there's YouTube for businesses, right? I think that's what you're probably asking. So that's my opinion about it. I mean, personally, I would not say don't do it full time, don't do it part time. I would say, hey, just make sure you get it done, period. Okay, so that's the question. So the answer to that question is yes, you do have a YouTube for business, right? Not a specific YouTube for business. I've not come across that. Now, however, I have a personal YouTube channel, and the reason why I built my YouTube channel was to brand me as a person so that people would be attracted to me. Hi, Loviette. Oh, wow. Thanks for watching. I've not seen you in a while. Awesome. How are you doing? So I use YouTube for business as well, and I don't use my YouTube for personal things. Sometimes I shoot a Facebook Live when I'm working in the mall or I'm doing stuff like that. I don't do that on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is purely to brand me, and it's purely to send my message out there, and it's also purely for business. So I get something great, I just put it on my YouTube channel, and I drive traffic to my blog or to a capture page where I can capture details, and that's the way it's done. That's the way I do it personally. So 3 reasons why building online doesn't work for most people trying to build network marketing on the internet. 3 main reasons why it doesn't work. Reason number 1, there's so many reasons, but this is what I think that some of the major reasons are. Reasons number 1 is that most people do not have a way of getting contacts. Now, don't forget, we're in a people's business. We have to talk to people. We have to meet people to make our business work, right? Because the business is all about going through a network and going through people to buy things. Now, bear in mind, if you're not selling a product or a commodity, the FTC calls it a scam. It has to be something involved with something, a product that benefits somebody else. They have to be buying something. If they're not buying anything, that's not cool. I will personally stay away from it. But anyhow, so if your business, you're trying to promote on the internet and you don't have a way of getting contacts, right? Hi Laurie, how you doing? And you don't have a way of getting contacts, right? You will struggle. Because when you're building on the internet, the whole idea is I want to get their details and I want to get back to them later. Or I want to put them in a system that will do the selling. Or I want to put them in a funnel. Or some way, somehow, they've got to be contact. If there is no contact, a lot of people fail, right? A lot of people fail to get the idea that there has to be contacts, right? So you have to get the idea. Hi, Laurie, welcome to my video. Thank you so much for checking it out. Shy, love you. Thank you so much. Love you. Desire, thanks so much. Thank you. So awesome. I appreciate you guys. So here is the deal, right? People don't have a way of getting contacts. It's all about the contacts, right? Go and get the contacts. Get something. The reason, number one reason why people will fail at it, because they don't have a way of getting contacts. Go get the contact, right? Find a way of getting contacts from the internet and calling them on the phone, right? Give them a call or send them a message or something. That is the idea, is contact. Yo, Eugene, sup, bro? I'm good, bro, I'm good. I missed you, man. You've not called me recently. You've left me by myself. And you're chilling in the US. That's not nice. So, yeah, that's reason number one is no contact. Make sure that you can get contact. There has to be contact somewhere. Now, a lot of people want to build a marketing company or they want to build business on the internet. And the first thing they do, they put a link on their wall. And they expect somebody to click that link and open the page and join. It happens. Don't get me wrong. It may happen. But 99.99999% it doesn't happen that way. We'll call you. Okay, I'll be waiting for your call. Right, 99.9999999% it doesn't happen. And even if they clicked and they join, how are they going to go on? How are they going to be, if they don't know much? How are they going to build? How are they going to do things? It's going to be difficult, right? So the contact is very important. Don't just put things on your wall because you think that when I put a link and somebody clicks, they will see a magical website and they will join. It seldom happens. Now, I'll tell you a story about what's happened for me in this year. This year, my blog and my YouTube channel got me almost all my signups in my network marketing company. Also, I was very busy doing some things, but my blog and my YouTube kept that business going while I was busy, and people were joining. I'm not saying that you put things out there and you don't take care of it, and people, I was working in the background. I was working hard in the trenches. I was down there putting videos, I was blogging, I was doing stuff, and people were joining some way, somehow. Now, a lot of the people that joined my business from these models, and I'll tell you the truth now, is that they joined, and in the beginning, I didn't know how to track them. I didn't know where they were. I didn't know how they got in. I got a number that was vague, and I didn't even know the country the number came from, right? Some of those people are still in the business. Some of them is quit. It's just the normal thing, right? But some of them have quit. But I'm assuming that those who have quit, they quit because there was not a lot of contact. So we had to sit down and figure out, okay, how do I find a way of getting their contacts, know exactly where they came from, and then I can direct them in the right direction, because we're here to help people, right? My car is telling me that I've stayed here too long. Right, so That is the first thing. Now this leads to the second reason. The second reason why people are not able to build is because there's no follow-up. Right, somebody's joined, and this is why I was telling you this story. Few people that joined my business from these mediums, right? I had to start changing things. I started leading them to a page where I can collect their details first before they joined. Because if I know exactly where they came from, I know their number, I know their name, I know their email, cool, I can get in touch. Later on, as they joined, I can get back to them and ask them, hey, what made you join? What are you doing now? And then I can offer my help. Assistance is here when you need it. This is how I can help you build, because that's how we build our business. We've got to help people get to their destination. But if I can help you get to your destination, then life is going to be tough. Business will be tough, right? So the follow-up is important. First, people don't get contacts. That's the first reason why people don't succeed building online. The second is people don't have a system that helps them follow up. And when I talk a system, I'm not talking about a software. I'm talking about a way, a process that will allow you to get back to people. And then the last reason is the magic button mentality, right? That's what I call it, magic button. Now the magic button mentality is so cool, right? It's like I can put a button up online and somebody will click and magically they will join. And then when they join, business is going to be good. That is why a lot of people think so long as we're building online, it means that we are using a magic button. There is nothing like a magic button. If you're building network marketing, MLM, or home business on the internet, there's nothing like a magic button. Stop listening to all those lies about people telling you, oh, there's a system here, you buy it and you get 25,000 leads and 10,000 people join your team. It has to be a process, right? It has to go, you have to put in some work. You can't say, click a button and magically people are going to buy. Yes, it does happen, but rarely. And even if it does happen, most businesses are built in a way, compensation plans and all those kind of things are built in a way that means that we really cannot do certain things. So you have to make sure that you don't have that mentality. I don't want to put a link up and somebody will join. I want them to click a link and then go through a process, and then I can get back to them and help them do the same. That is what I want to do. I don't want them to just magically appear out of nowhere. So the reason why a lot of people can't build, because they just pasting links all over the place, and companies are telling people don't paste links or don't use online, and the only reason is people are doing it wrongly. They are pasting links, they are putting buttons in places that they think that people will join. I got a WhatsApp about joining a business, and you click that thing, it goes to a website and it does a presentation. Then yeah, fine, it's great, all that is nice, it's all kosher, it's good, but you don't have to have the idea that this is a magic pill. You swallow it and everything is going to be sorted, right? It doesn't work that way. There has to be a process. Don't be having the mentality that I put something online and then magically customers start appearing out of nowhere. If people are telling you that, hey, wow, the internet is working so great for my business, all I had to do was put a link in this website and buy an ad. I bought an ad and all of a sudden I've got 100 people. There is a process. You've got to follow that process, and so long as you are in that process, it will take time. Anything that is worth building takes time. That's what I know. If it's worth building, it's worth waiting for. So if you're building an empire, you're building a huge business, right? You don't want to be using magic buttons, because if you use magic buttons and magic buttons disappear, then what do? You don't have a business anymore. So you have to have the mentality, I'm going through a process and I'm building this and it's working, and I'm taking my time. I'm going through the trenches. I'm going through the process. I'm learning, I'm building, I'm growing. Day in and day out, I get better and I get better. I get better. Even if it's by one page I read of a book, I've learned something new. Even if it's a 5 minutes video I shot, I've contributed value. Even if it's a small blog post, sometimes I can't write a blog post. I just take out my video and put it on my blog. There's new content. It really does not matter what you do, so long as you're going in the right direction and you're taking small tiny steps, you will get there. Compounding effect will take place, right? The nature's hypnotic rhythm will take place, and when that happens, things begin to turn. Everything starts working naturally, and you get to the point where, you know, you're big, you're nice, you're looking all gorgeous, you got everything that you thought you would have, and people are saying, oh, this guy is so lucky. He is lucky. He just started a business 3 years ago and he's lucky. He's not lucky. He worked hard. He paid the price. He wasn't thinking the magic button. He wasn't thinking the shortcut. He was thinking, what is the right way? What is the right process? How do I do this? What do I go from where to where to where? I want to map out the process. Step 1, I do this. Step 2, I do this. And then 5 months down the line, I notice step 2 is wrong. I go back to step 2, I change it. And then I continue. And I realize, oh, step 6, it needs tweaking. I go back to step 6 and I change it. And you do that. And then 1 year later, you have a full process that you can take that process and say to somebody, this is my process. If you use this system, you will build a business, guaranteed. And then all of a sudden, people start joining you because you've got a process that they can follow. Because you sat down and you worked on yourself and you worked on your business, and now it's working. No magic buttons, no fluff, no hula bala. It's just hard work in the trenches. And these are the 3 main reasons why online doesn't work for people. We don't do magic. We work, right? People think we're trying to do hocus pocus. No, it's still business. We work hard. The fact that you don't understand it does not mean that there is something dubious going on underneath. No, we work. And I believe that people working on their business work more harder than most people that build it offline. I shouldn't say that really, but I am bold to say that because I know the amount of work that I put in compared to the amount of work I used to put in before. So guys, I hope this blessed you. I hope this was a contributor to you somehow. I am really learning. Desire says I'm really learning. Thank you, Desire. I'm happy to bring you some value. This is day number 4. I've got 26 more days to go. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you, my friend. And I do this so I can give you as much value as I can. If you need any support, any help, and I know it, I'm going to point you in the right direction. Please feel free to visit my blog, andyachuga.com. When you get there, click subscribe to my blog and you'll get all my blog posts when it comes out. So this is me signing off. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Peace. Take care.